There's nothing really in particular. It's just a really decent human being.
Super excited. She is a sweetheart. That is truly the girl next door.
We get along great. It's just sometimes people, they move apart. That's all.
I feel like Taylor has definitely expanded.
I gotta use it now. I gotta use it.
We can fucking use it. That's nothing wrong with that.
Okay, at this point, we're not just keeping up with the Kardashians. We're keeping up with the Kelces, too. And honestly, this family might be even more entertaining. Even before Travis Kelce started dating the biggest pop star on the planet, he and his brother Jason were already household names thanks to their NFL careers. But once Taylor Swift entered the picture, the entire Kelce family got launched into a completely different stratosphere of fame. Their mom Donna became a media sensation back in 2023 when her sons became the first brothers to ever face off against each other in a Super Bowl. And now that Jason's retired, she's finally free from the chaos of rooting for two teams at once. Though let's be honest, that iconic split jersey and jacket she wore, absolutely never getting forgotten. Known to Swifties everywhere as Mama Kelce, Donna raised her boys alongside ex-husband Ed in Cleveland Heights, Ohio. And even as their football careers blew up, she made it her mission to keep the family close and grounded. She's described them as small and tight-knit, saying they stay together and help each other out however they can. And Travis himself has actually drawn some pretty sweet comparisons between his mom and his now wife. He's praised both women for their kindness, their genuine warmth, and their ability to walk into any room and make everyone feel seen.
She's a saint. My mother is absolute sweetheart, and you can ask her anything. She's very down to earth, very humble. Will never take the praise. She'll always put it on somebody else, and that's why we love her.
Despite the insane level of fame that's come with Travis and Taylor's relationship, the family's clearly trying to keep things as normal as possible. Jason's even said he intentionally avoids mixing business with his relationship to Taylor. He's said he just enjoys her being his brother's wife and his kid's aunt. Nothing more complicated than that. So let's actually break down this whole family tree, because there's a lot more to unpack here than you'd think. Donna Kelce. Mama Kelce's story actually starts way before football fame ever entered the picture. She was born and raised in inner-city Cleveland, living with her grandparents, parents, and brother until the 4th grade, when the family finally moved out to the suburbs. Things got hard early, though. Donna lost her mother when she was just 12 years old. Her father later remarried a woman named Mary, who Donna has credited with basically raising her and her brother. She said she genuinely doesn't think they would have made it through without her. After high school, Donna became the first person in her family to graduate college, earning a degree in communications from Ohio University. She later went on to get her master's at Baldwin Wallace before diving into banking. Over a 30-year career, she worked her way all the way up to becoming a commercial real estate finance specialist. Travis has actually pointed to this exact journey when comparing his mom to Taylor. He said he watched his mother go from a bank teller to climbing all the way up the ladder, and that he's seen Taylor do the exact same thing, setting goals and blowing past them in front of the entire world. These days, Donna's based in Florida, and she's become a regular fixture at Taylor's shows and Chiefs games alike, even attending one of the sold-out Eras Tour stops in Miami. She's called Taylor a very talented woman.
There's nothing really in particular. It's just a really decent human being.
And more recently joined Travis, Taylor, and Taylor's mom Andrea for Taylor's Songwriters Hall of Fame induction. But Donna's also been carving out her own spotlight lately, competing on Peacock's The Traitors earlier this year. She joked in her casting announcement that she raised 2 playmakers, and now it was finally Mama's turn. Fellow contestant Dorinda Medley even joked that nobody would dare murder Donna on the show because the Swifties would come for them.
That woman there could wreak havoc in the castle because no one is gonna with that. Otherwise, every Swiftie in the world will come after you for the rest of your life.
Iconic protection detail, honestly. And of course, since Travis and Taylor got engaged, Donna's had to master the art of dodging wedding questions. Though she has admitted she never had to sign an NDA herself, simply saying they know she can keep a secret.
You have to sign an NDA, even though you're the mother?
No. No, they know I can keep a secret.
Okay.
Ed Kelce. Like Donna, Ed grew up in Cleveland, specifically in a neighborhood called Collinwood as the eldest of 2 kids. He started college but ultimately left to briefly join the Coast Guard following a long family tradition of military service before being medically discharged after being diagnosed with Crohn's disease. He later ended up working at a steel foundry lab. As for how he met Donna, Ed's told the story himself, admitting he was covered head to toe in cement when they first started talking at a local bar. She actually ended up giving him a ride home that night, and from there, the two went on a proper date and eventually got married for 28 years.
I'm in coveralls that are covered with cement and stuff. We started talking, and I didn't have a car, and I needed a ride home. She gave me a ride home, and she came in and said, "Well, hang on, wait till I change." Well, she gave me a ride back. That's why I was living with Greg and Bill.
Ed and Donna ultimately divorced after their sons graduated college. Donna later explained that they knew the marriage wasn't working, but stayed together for their kids.
We're friends. It's just, we get along. We get along great. It's just sometimes people, they move apart. That's all.
During the pandemic, Ed relocated from Cleveland to Philadelphia, specifically to be closer to his grandchildren from Jason and Kylie. While the rest of the family tends to grab headlines, Ed usually stays out of the spotlight, though he'll occasionally offer some sweet insight into Travis and Taylor's relationship.
Super excited. She is a sweetheart. That is truly the girl next door.
He once called their viral New Heights podcast episode together awesome, and when asked directly what he thought was the source of Travis's happiness, he didn't hesitate, simply saying, "Taylor, there's no question about it." He's even been spotted at Chiefs games handing out friendship bracelets to Swifties, a sweet little nod to Taylor's fan base culture. Jason Kelce. The Kelces welcomed their first son, Jason, back on November 5, 1987, and much like his younger brother, he was an athletic kid from the jump, playing football, hockey, and lacrosse in high school before continuing his football career at the University of Cincinnati. He went on to spend 13 seasons as center for the Philadelphia Eagles before retiring in March 2024, widely considered one of the best centers of his generation. And yes, he really did face off against Travis's Chiefs at the 2023 Super Bowl, which Travis's team won. When the Chiefs later faced Jason's former team, the Eagles, at the 2025 Super Bowl, and Philadelphia came out on top, Jason opened up about the wild mixed emotions of watching his old team beat his brothers. He admitted he finally understood what his parents had been dealing with for years. These days, post-retirement, Jason's built a whole new career as a podcaster and late-night host. He married Kylie back in April 2018, and together they're raising 4 daughters, Wyatt, Ellie-Ott, Bennett, and Finley. Jason's admitted that being a girl dad completely changed his outlook. He said he originally told himself he'd raise a daughter exactly like he would a son. Tough, no spoiling, until the moment she was actually born, and that plan went completely out the window. Jason's also been pretty open about how Taylor's influenced his brother. He joked on their podcast that she's definitely expanded Travis's palate and gotten him trying new foods. That's something Kylie backed up too, saying Travis has genuinely become more adventurous with food since dating Taylor.
I feel like, and we won't use this in the episode, but I feel like Taylor has definitely expanded
I gotta use it.
We can fucking use it. There's nothing wrong with that.
I feel like,
have you grown up?
Has she helped you? Wrong with it.
He's more adventurous with food.
Yeah, I'm trying to act like more of a man when I'm around her and eat foods I haven't tried before. Yes.
More recently, Jason's been dropping even more insight into life since his brother's relationship exploded into the public eye. On a July 24th episode of the Ross Tucker Football Podcast, he described the shift as gradual at first. Then it became an enormous, sudden flip the moment Travis and Taylor's relationship became public back in September 2023. He joked that his fan base completely transformed overnight, going from grown men thanking him for his years as an Eagle to suddenly being swarmed by little girls.
I went from very much being dominated by, large fat man coming up to me and shaking my hand and thanking me for being an eagle to little girls. It was quite a shift of people that became fans. It was definitely gradual, and then it just like was a very big flip, obviously, when Taylor and Travis started dating and that.
Jason also gave fans one of the sweetest wedding details yet. He revealed that despite singing not exactly being a Kelce family trait, Travis has always been able to carry a tune, and he proved it at his own wedding. Jason admitted his brother obviously couldn't compete with legends like Paul McCartney and Stevie Nicks performing that same night, but said Travis held his own just fine.
Travis has always been able to carry a tune. Obviously, paled in comparison to some of the other people singing that night, but he did okay.
Jason himself had a major role in the ceremony too, serving as Travis's best man, while his 4 daughters served as adorable flower girls.
Those 4 little girls who were sprinkling, flower petals all over the place. It's pretty cool, dude. It's pretty cool.
Kylie Kelce. And we can't talk about this family without giving Kylie her flowers too. Jason's wife has become a bit of a fan favorite in her own right, known for her quick wit, her no-nonsense personality, and honestly for keeping up with 4 kids under 6 while still showing up as a genuine, relatable presence online and on podcasts. She's regularly appeared alongside Jason on New Heights, offering her own hilarious, unfiltered commentary, including backing up the claim that Taylor's expanded Travis's food horizons. And let's not forget her own podcast, Not Gonna Lie, where she regularly showcases her beauty with brains personality. Beyond the podcast appearances, Kylie's played her own quiet but important role in the Taylor-Travis story. From her daughters serving as flower girls at the wedding to simply being part of the tight-knit family dynamic that Donna's always talked about. She's proof that this family's warmth doesn't just extend to the Kelce brothers. It runs through every branch of this family tree. At the end of the day, it's honestly kind of rare to see a family handle this level of global fame while still staying, by all accounts, genuinely close and down to earth. Whether it's Donna dropping playful breadcrumbs, Ed quietly handing out friendship bracelets, or Jason cracking jokes about his changing fan base, the Kelces have managed to stay exactly what Donna always said they were: small, tight-knit, and there for each other, no matter how big the spotlight gets. And now Taylor is a beloved part of the clan. That's all for this video, folks. See you next time.